astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you're one of my regular visitors here. If this is your first visit, a very big welcome to you. And I try and deliver astrology and astrological information to help you navigate the difficulties of everyday life in a simple and understandable and digestible way. So hopefully you'll like my simple way of describing astrology and you will choose to subscribe to me, which would be absolutely fantastic. So today I'm bringing yet another of my short heads up videos. The subject for today, which is the 27th of August, is about the sun. The sun in the difficult, challenging sign sometimes of Virgo, because it's about our daily routine and those jobs that we just have to get done that can be so overwhelming at times. Now, the sun today in the early degrees of Virgo, and if it's your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. You have Saturn in opposition to the sun today. And it'll be in opposition to your natal sun. So you are going through a little bit of a kind of a challenging time as the energy of retrograde Saturn in Pisces tugs on your kind of sensibilities and your ability to get things done and the way you like to really pay attention to the minutiae of life. And you may be finding that a little difficult because what Saturn is doing, and this is for all of us, not just for those of you that happen to have a birthday today, so the sun is in opposition to your natal sun. Basically, Saturn retrograde in Pisces is asking us all to slow down because some of the energies that have been around over the last month have been quite overwhelming. You know, considering in the Northern Hemisphere, August is a month where we're supposed to kind of sit back and relax and have some nice kind of holidays and fun and adventures. For a lot of people, it's not been that at all and not been that simple. It's been, and the astrology shows this, the astrology has shown us that it is actually quite challenging. So what do we make of this energy today for the collective? Because in the event chart, the sun is actually in the 11th house, which actually represents the collective. So it's about seeing the bigger picture. And after all, the sun kind of, there it is in our universe, hanging there, our star. Our star, we have a star, and the star takes care of us. Sometimes we forget that without the sun, none of us would be here. And that can be quite a sobering thought. And maybe that's what retrograde Saturn is just endeavoring to remind us of today. To have that kind of clarity within all that Piscean kind of confusion and sometimes just not being able to see the reality of things, that we do need to step back sometimes from the everyday minutiae and stuff that kind of comes along and gets in the way of us actually working with the flow of life. When we fall out of that flow, we are caught in our mind. So this energy, I feel, in a way, is actually asking us to slow down and view the bigger picture. To see that perhaps some of the things that we get caught in, you know, I must clear out that cupboard, I must do the housework, there's gardening to be done, there's whatever, or forms to be filled in, or bookkeeping to do. Sometimes we have to take a step back from that and leave it until we're in a better space in ourselves to actually address it. We've got to remember that at the moment, Mercury, our planet of communication, our winged god, he had wings on his heels, he could move around very swiftly. Mercury is retrograde. And I've just realized I've left this on ordinary, so I don't want to get disturbed, so I'm putting it on do not disturb. That's interesting, isn't it? Because this is something I think about Virgo energy. We are in such a hurry to get everything done. Like I've been in a hurry today to get my videos done. And then sometimes we trip over and forget the important things. Not that putting my phone and all my devices on do not disturb is that important, but it is if I don't want to be disturbed while I do these videos. So this really is a good example of Saturn saying, slow down. Slow down. There's a song, isn't there? Slow down, you move too fast. Got to make the morning last. We've got to make our life last. Sometimes we forget how fragile our existence is here in the cosmos. That can change in a nanosecond. I'm not trying to be depressing. I'm just trying to get you to stand back and recognize how important it is for us to stay in that flow of what I call divine energy, of seeing the bigger picture, of recognizing that the divine has your back. I mean, if I say this once, I've said it 1,000 times. We're not alone. We do have a tremendous amount of intelligent energy on other frequencies and levels that are available for us to navigate this challenging place we find ourselves on, planet Earth, and our everyday life, which is what Virgo is about. Now Mars, our planet of action and energy and assertion, is right at the very last degree of Virgo. So it's about to slip into Libra. And in fact, if I check my notes, it enters later on today. I thought so. So Mars actually moves into Libra later on today. The moment of the exact point of time where the Sun is in opposition to Saturn is actually at 0827 GMT, which is universal time. So you have to adjust that for your location. But basically the energy is around in the morning in Europe, and a little bit later for those of you that live in the United States and the Americas. So Mars is actually making a trine to Uranus, our planet of shocks, innovation, freedom, the unexpected. But it's a trine. So you know what? Sometimes we have to slow down. Otherwise we miss what's coming. We just don't see it. We just don't spot. You know, we rush through our emails. We don't check what's in junk, because sometimes there can be some gems in those parts of our inbox that the server has decided that are not for us to look at. Sometimes I think it's about taking back a little bit of control over AI, which of course is what we're going to really be shown when Pluto fully moves into Aquarius in 2024. Pluto is also retrograde still in Capricorn and also trining Uranus. I mean, I'll just give you an example. There's a certain platform that I've been using for online video calls. I won't name and shame as much as I would like to. There's a certain platform, and basically I've decided to stop using their services. They're very popular and they, I think, are super complicated. For me, anyway, as a sort of, well, I'm not a particularly techie person. I do manage to do what I'm doing, making these videos and all the rest of it, but I have a nice tech person, as you often hear me mention, Jerry, who does all the twiddly bits and the uploading and puts on the thumbnails. And of course, the lovely Andrea, who does all my beautiful thumbnails. Thank you to both of them. But this particular company, this online resource, make it impossible to speak to a real human being. And I was having a problem logging into my account. So I went on chat. Choose from the following 3 options the one most like the problem you're having. So this went on for a while until eventually I put, please, I would like to speak to a real human being. I need to speak to a human being that will help me answer this problem. And so constantly the answer comes back, are the following options suitable for the question you're asking? Please log into your account and we will help you from there. The problem was I couldn't log into my account. So I thought, haha, I know how I'll get their attention. I'll stop the payment, the monthly subscription. So I did. Oh yes, they got in touch. Oh, but do you know what? I still couldn't talk to a real person. So I've given up. They can send as many emails as they like to me saying, your account will no longer function with the special functions that you get for the online subscription. So fine, I have found, and there are many out there, as I know you know, better platforms to do the work I do with the clients that I see, which also give the facility to record the session. So I just tell you that as I think, an example of where AI has gone completely mad. And this is where I think Saturn is going to come in force with Pluto a little bit kind of later on to say enough of this silliness and the inability to connect with each other. And Mercury is asking us to slow down. It's the god of communication, so, you know, it's retrograde. So that is happening. We've still got Venus retrograde, and Chiron, of course, the wounded healer, is retrograde, as is Pluto and Saturn. And both Uranus and Jupiter go retrograde. Well, Uranus goes retrograde on the 29th of this month. Today's the 27th, so in only a couple of days' time. And Jupiter goes retrograde the beginning of September. I think it's the 4th. So this is a day where I just think it would be a really good use of the energy to sit back and think, excuse me, how can I serve myself better in going with the flow of the divine? What do I need to stop overthinking, overdoing, and actually just do a little bit of kind of tuning into those higher energies and vibrations and sensing what the divine wants us to know. we get so caught in our technology. It's a wonderful thing. I'm not knocking it. I couldn't be doing what I'm doing without the wonderful, amazing technology that we have. So I'm not knocking it, but it's how we use it. On that note, I shall bring this particular heads up to a close. A slightly longer one than I intended, but hey, there we go. Maybe Saturn wanted me to slow down and give a little bit more information out. So, excuse me, I'm now going to record Uranus going retrograde. So I will get myself together, find a chart for that, and prepare myself to video that. Thank you so much for joining me here. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And by the way, remember to subscribe to my website. Everything's got delayed. And Andrea and I can't really settle down to do much. She's got a big festival that she's running on Gozo in the month of September. So it's just been impossible for her and I to get together to sort out what we want to sort out for online courses, online chats, anything like that, to get you more involved with me. But I also want to add that, so that's why I'm saying subscribe to the website, because you will get the information via your email when we get things going. But also I want to say that I still have a few spaces in September to see clients. So if you would like a session with me, remember to go to the private sessions page on my website, which is pennydix.com. It's very easy. The website's in the description box underneath the video, because that will give you an idea of my price structure. But you book personally with me. Yes, I'm the one that reads the emails at the moment until there's too many, and then I'll have to get someone else to help me. But for the moment, you always get through to me via my email at penny@pennydix.com. And I reply and I work out when we can meet, how we're going to talk, and how you're going to effect the payment. So go to the sort of private sessions. You know, at the top of the website, there are 3 little lines. There's kind of a drop-down menu, and you just go to private sessions, and that'll give you the information that you need. And October is filling up. So bear in mind that I've got 1 or 2 slots in September. There's probably 1 or 2 still for United States, but in the second half of the month. And I have got some morning slots for UK clients or European clients. So there we go. I think that's all the business that I wanted to tell you about. So some of you will have already switched off because you don't want to hear all of this, but I just thought I'd put it in anyway. So on that note, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.